Shabbat Shalom, intrepid worshipers who can endure the day after Thanksgiving, or if you follow the traditional modes of Jewish practice where we do 2 days of things, this is the second day of Thanksgiving, the day of leftovers. And it's snowing, and it's cold, but it's nice and warm in here. It's good to be with you. And this is the first time that Herman and I have worked together. Herman, how long have you been a member of Temple Israel?
In 1964 or 5.
So 60 years. 60 years that he has waited to suffer to work with me. So thank you for your patience. And thank you for literally volunteering your services this evening to help us with our worship service. We will begin as Herman plays for us the words of the poet Chana Senesh, Eli, Eli. O Lord my God, I pray that these things never end, which can be found in our prayer book on page, let me find it here, on page 349. Page 349, it is also called Halicha LeKesaria. Shelo yigamer leolam, hachol v'hayam, rish rush shel hamayim, berak hashamayim, tfilat ha'adam, hachol v'hayam, Rish rush shel hamayim, berak hashamayim, tfilat ha'adam. O God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. We'll turn back now to page 2. Page 2 as we prepare to offer the blessing for the lighting of Shabbat candles. Just a moment. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. We continue on page 5 as we bless the fruit of the vine to welcome the sweetness of Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim kivanu v'charta v'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yahava uv'ratzon hinchalatanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. Tastes like cranberry sauce. And it has the little rings inside there, just like the can. No. We continue on pages 20 and 21 with Lecha Dodi, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Lecha Dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nikabela 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 Shahamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Hishmi anu el hamiyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shemol tiferet v'litila Lecha Dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nikabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nei lecha Ki mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nisucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat chila Lecha Dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nikabela Hit Ki va'orech kumi uri shir daberi Kivod Adonai alayich niglam Lecha Dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha Dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nikabela. We rise for verse 9. Bo'ii v'shalom ateret ba'ala Gam b'simcha u'v'tzohola toch emune am segula, boi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. We continue now on page 26 with Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbamen Bi'alama divarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon uvyomechon Uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael Ba'agala uvizman kariv V'imeru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabba Mevarach, Le'alam u'li'almei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal, Shemei dekudesha b'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alama v'imeru. Amen. Page 28 is our call to prayer. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Let's read together at the middle of page 33. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Pages 34 and 35, Shema Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Malachuto Leolam Va'ed. Please be seated, and we will continue with the thematic translation on page 36. And thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in thy heart, shall be in thy heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up, and when thou risest up, and they shall be for front sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them on the doorposts of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, that ye may remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God. We continue responsively at the middle of page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. We continue with Micha Mocha instrumentally. Page 41. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. We'll continue on page 44 with Yismechu. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat v'kor'ei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malechutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat v'kor'ei oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei Shavi'i Shabbat, Kulam Yisve'u, V'yitangu mituvecha Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'kor'ei oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'kor'ei oneg Shabbat, V'hashvi'i ratzita bo v'kidashto Shabbat, Chemdat Yamim, Oto Karata Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'kor'ei oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'kor'ei oneg Shabbat, Zecher Lema'aseh v'reishit Shabbat, Zecher Lema'aseh v'reishit Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat v'kor'ei oneg Shabbat, Yismechu v'malechutecha, Shomrei, Shomrei, Shomrei Shabbat kor'ei oneg Shabbat. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the present is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. We continue on page 46 as we rise for tefillah. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 48. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'zocher chastei avot v'imahot, umevi geula livnei v'neihem, leman shemo v'ahava, melech ozer umoshia umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Page 50. Atah gibor leolam Adonai, Mechaye hakol ata rav loshia, Mashiv haruach umorid hagashem, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim berofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekaye memunato, Li'shenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atalach hayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. page 52. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukadoshim bechol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Let's read together at the top of page 61. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom. We continue with the reflection as Herman plays Yehiyu L'Ratzon on page 62. We continue on page 253. Page 253. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. We think this week especially of the following people: Bob Barnett, Alan Brockman, Yvonne Burkhart, Dr. Sarah Chabin, Mike Carbone, Esther Hulda-Batsara, Valerie Frank, Alex Goldstein, Clara Gilliams, Wendy Haber, Jillian Hartman, Elizabeth Hyder, Kate Lane, Richard Lehrer, Martin Levin, Jody Lokshin, Judine Luntz, Alan Rothman, Rob Schweitzer, Pat Sherman, Mark Sirak, Sharon Smith, Kristen Spetich, Kelly Swab, Barbara Turkeltaub, Kristen Turner, David Waltz, Malka Wayne, Florence Weaver, and Bruce White. If there are others about whom you're thinking and you would like to share their names, I invite you to share those now. Mi shebeirach avotenu mekor habracha limotenu may the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Page 259. Please rise. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'go'alo. Barech, Barech, et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Tzmichat Geulateinu. Hagein aleha bevrat chasdecha, uferos aleha sukat shalomecha. Avinu, Avinu, sheba shamayim, tzur Yisrael v'go'alo. Kol od balevav pnima, nefesh Yehudi homi'ah, ulefa'ate mizrach kadima, ayin letzion Sophia, O lo avda tikvateinu, ha-tikva bat shnot alpayim, liot am chovshi be'artseinu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim, liot am chovshi be'artseinu, Eretz Zion v'Yerushalayim. Please be seated. Shabbat Shalom. The Torah portion this week is Toldot, meaning generations, and it begins with the birth of twins. And I've experienced that too many times to be able to speak intelligently about it as a Torah, as a Devar Torah. So I'll fast forward to some later verses in the Torah portion. Genesis chapter 26, verses 13 through 22. This is what we read. And Isaac grew wealthier and wealthier until he was quite wealthy, and he acquired flocks and herds and a large household, so that the Philistines envied him. And the Philistines stopped up all the wells which Isaac's father's servants had dug in the days of his father Abraham. They filled those wells with earth. And King Avimelech said to Isaac, "Go away from us, for you have become too big for us." And so Isaac departed from there and encamped in the Wadi of Gerar, where he settled. And there Isaac dug anew the wells which had been dug in the days of his father Abraham, and which the Philistines had stopped up after Abraham's death. And Isaac gave them the same names that his father had given them. But when Isaac's servants, digging in the wadi, found there a well of spring water, the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with Isaac's herdsmen, saying, "The water is ours." And Isaac named that well Esek, because there they contended with him. The Hebrew word is hit asku. And when Isaac's servants dug another well, they disputed over that one also. So he named it Sitnah, which means dispute. And Isaac moved from there and dug yet another well, and they did not quarrel over it, so he called it Rehovot, saying, "Now at last God has granted us ample space to increase in the land." Ample space being hirchiv. This Torah portion is a precursor to what is going to follow our people even to this day. Some people's entire existence is wrapped up in trying to undo whatever it is that Jews do, or to deny whatever it is that Jews claim. No matter what Jews have or do, there are always going to be some who decry it because they don't like us or because they want what we have. To be Jewish is to be a misunderstood minority that seems not to be allowed forever to rest in one place. We are always moving, protecting what is ours. And we have learned over the millennia to be diligent in finding agreement. And we can look to the second generation of our people, Isaac, as a model for this. He inherited wells from his father Abraham, and he had to leave them. But he didn't stop up the wells. The Philistines stopped up the wells. Now you'd think the Philistines would just take the wells. Why not take somebody else's well? If you're going to steal a car, why burn it? Make use of the car. Well, we saw when Israel withdrew from Gaza in 2005, what happened? All of the greenhouses, the wells, they're destroyed because it seems more important to some people to live with hatred of Jews than to benefit from what Jews give to the world. We have learned to be diligent in finding agreement, like Isaac, digging new wells and going from one place to another just with the hope that somebody will leave us alone and let us be. It seems like being the chosen people means being the people chosen to be picked on. So we have learned to find agreement wherever we can, but not at the expense of giving up who we are, and not at the expense of giving up where we have come from. Because even Isaac, the second generation of the Jewish people, gave the wells and the places the same names that his father Abraham had given them. And so if you go today to the modern state of Israel, you can go to a city called Rehovot. In Rehovot, there is the Weizmann Institute of Science, where they learn how to dig wells, and they teach how to use science and the miracles of technology and industry to better not only the lives of Jews and not only the lives of Israelis, but the lives of everyone around the world. This seems to be our destiny as well, as the children of Isaac. We are also the children of Abraham and Sarah, but we are equally the children of Isaac and Rebekah. Isaac, Yitzchak, the one who is named for laughter, because to be Jewish sometimes feels absurd, to have to justify in every generation that we have rights like everyone else. So if you, like I, are part of this current generation of Jewish people who is vacillating between frustration and anger and fear and confusion, well, welcome to the Jewish people. We are not the first generation of Jews to experience this, nor will we be the last, despite what some people might like. Because a few verses earlier, what we read in Genesis 26, we read these verses. "Reside in this land, says God, and I will bless you and be with you. I will assign this to you and to your heirs, fulfilling the oath that I swore to your father Abraham. I will make your heirs as numerous as the stars of heaven, and assign to your heirs all these lands, so that all the nations of the earth shall bless themselves by your heirs. And here is one of the secrets to why it's necessary for the Jewish people to persist. Not only because it is in our own interest. Sometimes it seems like it would be in our own interest just to blend in, not make any noise, disappear. Not as human beings, but as a people. The rest of the world doesn't want us, fine. Who wants the rest of the world? But that is not the Jewish answer. Part of our mission as Jews is that we have to be here because through us we can bring blessing to the rest of the world, even when it seems like the rest of the world doesn't deserve it and doesn't want it. We are not allowed to disappear. We are commanded to be as numerous as the stars of heaven, maybe not all at one time, but we are an eternal people, a small people with an eternal mission. And we are the people meant to dig wells, to bring life-giving water, never to stop them up, always to remember where we have come from, to go back there, and wherever we happen to live, wherever we happen to be on the run, never to deny our sacred heritage as the children of Isaac, the children of laughter, so that when it seems absurd, don't give up and don't give in. Laugh and recognize this is our lot. And what a blessing it is when we are doing something so right that so many people disagree with us, we know we are indeed chosen. And as much as we might like God to pick somebody else, if God picked somebody else, what would we do? We'd complain, because that also is part of our inheritance. This is the holiday, the second day of Thanksgiving, a time when we pause to remember not only the blessings of our lives as Jews, but the blessing of our life as Jews living in the United States, in this other promised land, this other place with a complex history, for which we give thanks to be living in freedom. And this is one of the first places where Jews have always been citizens and always been free. And it's worth noting, especially on this most American of holidays, that Thanksgiving is also a Jewish holiday, and maybe the best of the Jewish holidays, because you don't have to go to a service. I don't have to prepare a sermon or a Torah reading. You don't have to drink 4 cups of wine. You can drink even more. You don't have to sit. You sit around a table, but there's no Seder that's involved with it. There's no restrictions on not being allowed to carry things or not being able to drive. God forbid there should be an American holiday where Jews wouldn't be allowed to watch football and not understand anything that is going on in there, and know that someday, people will stop chasing us across the football field of the world and just let us live quietly in our own end zone. Ken Yehiratzon, so may it be God's will. We are without a president this Shabbat, so please no coup. We wish our president Shabbat Shalom, and on behalf of our congregation, I thank Herman Rubin, child of this congregation who is all grown up now. Thank you, Herman, for sharing your gifts of music with us this Shabbat. Stolen Moments Torah Study will not meet tomorrow, so that we can give the staff and the police officer a break to be able to enjoy the holiday weekend. And next week is Kiddush Shabbat, so we will have Susie will be back up on the pulpit, and we will have a craft for the little kids, and everyone is welcome. If you do come, please bring donations for the Jewish Family Service Food Pantry. Make sure that you look at your service handout, register for the community Hanukkah party, and all of the other good stuff that's coming up. Shabbat Shalom. We continue now on page 282. Page 282, as we rise for Aleinu L'Shabeach. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam. Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noteh shamayim v'yosed haaretz numoshav yikaro b'shamayim mima'al Ushchinatu zo, begovei meromi. Hu Eloheinu ein od, emet malkeinu efes zulato, kakatu b'torato, v'yadata hayom b'hashevota el levavecha, ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim. Bashamayim mima'al v'al ha'aretz mitachat einod ne'emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol ha'aretz v'yom hahu Yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Page 294. As we prepare to recite the words of Mourner's Kaddish, we recall the following people who died at this season in years past. Dr. Irving J. Barron, Bertha Baskin, Meyer E. Block, Beatrice N. Buxbaum, Roberta Cohen, Miriam S. Mimi Cohen, Joseph Cahotis, Martha Cohen Fenivez, Dr. A. Alvin Fisher, Irene Gelb, Harry Gordon, Harry Lavin, Henry Mann, Jack Medvin, Seal Monsky, Lauren Beth Mostov, Beryl Myers, Faye Pontel, Benjamin Raxlin, Bessie Robbins, Milton Robbins, Lawrence J. Roth, Ruth Routman, Harold William Savage, Genoefa Sinopoli, Sandra Sweet, Elizabeth Weiss, Murray Winkler, and Bob Yelsky. As well, we remember these who have died in more recent days: Jerry Nemeth, Kenny Jackson, and Carol Rubin. Next week, we will begin the period of Shloshim for Louise Nussbaum, who died yesterday at the age of 99, and whose funeral will be here on Wednesday. If you have other names to share for Kaddish or corrected pronunciations of names that I've read, I invite you to share those now. Page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divarach hirutei v'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'le'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar v'yit aleh v'yit halal shemei dekudisha berichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav Hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. O say shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru. Amen. Please be seated. We began our time together by sanctifying the light and the sweetness of Shabbat with the candles and the Kiddush, and we prepared to conclude our time together by giving thanks to God for sustenance of the earth. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, we give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. At the conclusion of the service, if you have not had enough carbohydrates this week, please come help yourself. And Herman, the revolutionary, has chosen for us a closing song that is the words of which are in our service handout, and he'll introduce it to us.
Yes, this is by some people you've never heard of, Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, doing this in the spirit of P.J. Wells, who used to choose revolutionary songs like The Times They Are Changing. But this is a inflammatory war song and begging people for peace. And we are going to have some people putting their hands together. Rabbi and I are going to sing your choruses. Whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa,
whoa.
Who are the men that really run this land? Why do they run it with
Such a thoughtless hand. You want us to keep clapping?
Yes. Who
Are the names?
on what streets do they live? I'd like to ride over this afternoon and give them a piece of my mind about peace for mankind. Such a thing, so really hard to ask. Keep on with the chorus. Whoa,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
louder.
whoa, whoa. Are the men that really run this land?
Why do they run it with
Such a thoughtless hand.
What
Are their names? On what streets do they live?
I'd
Like to ride over in future times, and give
them
a piece of my mind about peace for mankind.
such a thing, so really hard to ask. Yeah.
Woohoo! Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. May God's light shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God's face be ever be lifted towards you, and may you find such a thing that is apparently not an awful lot to ask, but much harder to achieve, a bit of shalom, a bit of peace. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Herman. Thank you very much.
You too. Right. Understood. I can, yeah. You rub some.
Good Shabbos. Herman,
Yes.
watching you play electric piano is like watching Walter Reuther use scale labor. It's great. Thank you. Yeah, you're on the power.
People call me up and say,
No. Is it? Yes. I was just glad the kids were this one. Great job.
Hi, Herman. Thank you for your beautiful music very much. My kids have to awesome lessons now.
Did you tell Debbie in the office your new address? Did you send the office your new address?
It's beautiful. Thank you.
How you mailed it forward? Yeah. Although, we got a postcard from the dollars in the summer camp. So, you never know.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll be forward, but
Yes.
that I know. Only the bills are coming faster.
Same mustache, same sneer, same sarcastic attitude. Yeah, not the same guy. Oh, gosh, yes.
No, right, that's not, it's just, because everybody's brother's house in Cleveland. Been there for three nights.
Is your daughter still in town, or is she?
No, my mom didn't make it here because she got sick on Tuesday. She's traveling home. Thanksgiving or the one.
Sorry. No, this, I'm sorry. Okay.
Hi, Lori. Hi. Thank you. You did a great job. It's so good to hear you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, good, okay. The job on my calendar. Good.
We enjoyed her.
So we never
Did you hear the
thought
program?
about it. Yeah, thank
The
you.
chapel for the baseball team assistant, there were a bunch of Jews in there.
So great.
They're not there. He's a great guy, but he's a coach. So I go,
All right.
just, they go to, sorry, these sons of Jewish. Trust me. Malone has a great niche, but it's not for us.
Still the friends. I just don't know. I know, it's such a-